Hey everyone, I am here in Washington, D.C., focused on the debt ceiling. The Limit, Save, Grow Act the House recently passed wasn't exactly perfect, but I voted in favor of it because it was our responsibility to get a fiscally responsible piece of legislation passed. We introduced the bill, debated it, amended it, and passed it following the rules we worked so hard for in January. The Senate should have taken that bill up. They should have amended it if they needed to and sent it back to the House for final passage. Instead, the Democrat-controlled Senate and Biden sat on the sidelines. So Speaker McCarthy did his part to try to do their jobs for them, but now the House has even more work to do because, let's face it, the deal ain't so great. And here's the problem with it. The bill Biden negotiated fuels inflation, adds trillions to our debt, and leaves a blank check for more of the same nonsense I came here to stop. I am not for an unlimited debt ceiling increase. As presented today, I'm voting no. That's why I'm pushing right now to make sure this new bill is allowed to be debated and amended, if not killed entirely. We did not fight to fix Congress only to watch another last-minute bill that spends trillions of dollars be shoved our way for a vote without debate and without the ability to offer amendments to it. So I'm sticking to my guns on this one. And once again, I am fighting to allow Congress to simply do its job. I'll keep you updated on how all of that plays out, but please, don't let anyone scare you or deceive you about what is really going on here. There's a lot of talking points that are floating around out there that are false. Under this bill, spending goes way, way up. The country's credit card will continue to get maxed out, and I don't want any part of that. So that's why I am continuing to stand strong for you and hold the line.
The House reached a deal with the White House on the debt limit. Unfortunately, fake conservatives agreed to fake spending cuts, and conservatives were sold out once again. The Biden-McCarthy debt deal will add over $4 trillion in new debt over the next 2 years. The Biden-McCarthy deal never balances the budget, and it cements the COVID spending binge that drove inflation. The Biden-McCarthy deal will push our national debt to nearly $35 trillion in just 2 years. The deal keeps 98% of the expansion and funding of the new IRS agents, and it doesn't cut a penny of Democrats' crony energy giveaways. I will absolutely not vote to expand our national debt by $4 trillion. When the bill reaches the Senate, I will offer a conservative alternative. My solution replaces the fake spending caps with real spending caps on total government spending. The spending caps are part of my 5-penny budget plan that balances the budget in just 5 years. My 5-penny plan creates a mandate that the federal government can't spend more than it brings in. Spending increases are forbidden from exceeding revenue forever. Our government's approach to budgeting is entirely irresponsible. No American is allowed to continue running up copious amounts of debt without consequences. At some point, the bills must be paid and spending must stop. If Congress had adopted my original penny plan in 2017, the federal budget would be balanced today. Unfortunately, they didn't have the courage. Thankfully, it's not too late to reverse course. It's time that legislators come together and pass my conservative solution. We can't fight a 5-alarm fire with a water pistol. For once, Congress must have some common sense and pass my conservative solution before it's too late.
And I want to be clear to my colleagues on this side of the aisle. Anybody making a deal right now? $4 trillion? Are you out of your frigging mind? When I came to this town as a lawyer on the Senate Judiciary Committee, the entire debt was $6 trillion. And what are we doing? We're having a conversation, blowing my mind, a conversation about raising our debt another $4 trillion. Why? So we can continue to fund the very bureaucrats that at least my colleagues on this side of the aisle campaign against. Well, guess what? You have a power of the purse for a reason. You should use it. Federalist 58, James Madison, what did he say? He said that the power of the purse granted to the people's house was the most powerful tool you can give against the tyranny of the executive branch. My colleagues on this side of the aisle all too often like to go around and campaign against all of the things that the bureaucracy is doing or that my colleagues on the other side of the aisle support. But when it comes down to game time, and it's game time right now, when it comes down to game time, are we going to use the power of the purse to defend the American people against the onslaught of the tyranny of the executive branch? Or are we going to tuck tail, take the first exit ramp off, and walk away